It's time now for a look latest in local sports. In sports, it's homecoming night at JC Stadium. Wayne County Yellow Jackets enter with a record of 3-1, while their opponent Jenkins High School comes in with a record of 1-3. Our coverage will begin this evening at 6:30 at the Wayne County Coaches Show. Here's a portion of tonight's show, which Coach Jay Shaw talks about tonight's opponent.
They're one of the most athletic that we've probably seen. On the defensive line, they've got a defensive end who's got a couple of SEC offers from Kentucky, Tennessee. He wears number 10. And then just from an athletic standpoint, they remind me a little bit of Bradwell at times, a little better. But when they get in open space and they get guys the ball, they get guys with real speed and they can run away from you. So, like you mentioned, they played a tough non-region. They just got done playing Carrollton, which is one of the top, probably top 2 or 3 teams in their classification, and playing Benedictine. And then so we've got some good tape. And obviously we were in a dogfight with them last year, and I'm just glad we're in JC. I think that's a huge advantage for us, but got a lot of respect for them and their coaching staff, and they definitely have some good players, and I expect us to come out and be ready to play and be thankful that we're back in JC.
And once again, you can hear all Coach Jay Shaw's comments tonight on the Wayne County Coaches Show. It airs at 6:30. He talks about tonight's game, recaps last week's win over Statesboro. After the Coaches Show, it'll be our pregame show from the stadium at 7, then 7:30 kickoff. We have the announcement of the homecoming Queen Air Court during the broadcast tonight. And again, it's homecoming at JC Stadium. Welcome back all the alumni in town for the game. Again, Wayne County Jenkins High School tonight at JC Stadium at 7:30 p.m. Other games this weekend in high school football, Long County's a Savannah Country Day. Liberty will host Johnson out of Savannah. Appling has an open week. Brad will host McIntosh Academy. Brunswick down at Glen Academy. Brantley hosts Pierce. Camden hosts Atlantic Coast out of Florida. Coffee's at Richmond Hill. Effingham and South Effingham. Jeff Davis at Cook. Statesboro at Burke. And Ware County's at Bainbridge. Those are some of the other games in high school football tonight. In softball Thursday, South Effingham JV won over Wayne County's JV 5-4. Varsity team remains unbeaten. Picked up another win this week as New Hampstead called and will forfeit next week's September 26th game at New Hampstead. That brings the Lady Jackets reaching record to 5-0. Next varsity game set for Monday afternoon at Camden County. No home game scheduled for next week. Next home game is Monday, October 2nd, hosting Ware County. But again, next Tuesday's game at New Hampstead, a forfeit by New Hampstead. Girls volleyball team completed a busy week yesterday at home with matches against Burke and the Islands. Burke wins in overtime 2-1, and the Islands win a 2-0 match. Martha Buck Middle School cross country team at Pierce County Thursday. Boys placed 3rd overall. Girls placed 5th. Individually in the girls' race, Cindy Mendez placed 8th overall. In the boys' race, Jonathan Telactal placed 3rd, and Kavon Brown placed 6th. In college football this weekend, again, a busy week for college football. In Georgia, number 1 hosts UAB. That's a 7:30 kickoff in Athens. Georgia Tech on AM 1370. They'll be at Wake Forest. That game kicks off at 6:30 Saturday. The pregame before that on AM 1370. Wayne County's Weston Franklin anchoring that offensive line at center. Named team captain in last week's game. Our congrats to him. Again, Weston Franklin, number 72, starting at center for Georgia Tech. Georgia Southern on FM 105.5 at Ball State. It's a 2 p.m. kickoff. The pregame gets underway around 10. Again, all that Saturday afternoon on FM 105.5. Other marquee games this Saturday, Ole Miss at Alabama. Notre Dame hosts Ohio State. Clemson and FSU at 12 noon at Death Valley. Colorado's at Oregon. Rutgers at Michigan. Florida hosts Charlotte. Arkansas at LSU. Texas at Baylor. Iowa and Penn State at Happy Valley. UNC and Pitt at Pittsburgh. USC against Arizona State. Kentucky and Vandy in the SEC. A good weekend of college games this week. Sunday, NFL, Falcons at Lions at 1 p.m. on FM 105.5. Jaguars host Houston down in Jackson at 1 p.m. on AM 1370. Rec scoreboard from last night in soccer. 8U soccer, Juan 4, Peace 2. Williams and Cook tied 1-1. Aldridge 3, Odom 1. In 10U soccer, Graham 4, Odom 0. Juan 3, McDonald 0. 12U soccer was Marino Cruz 4, Hubbard 1. And in 14U, it was Banks 9, 2 Good 1. Atlanta Braves host the Nationals this weekend. Braves win last night 10-3. Matt Olson, another home run as he increases his single-season record, now at 53. Also closing on the Braves' all-time RBI record for one season. That's currently held by Eddie Matthews back in 1953 with 135. Olson's just 4 behind it at 131. Hank Aaron drove in 132 back in 1957. That's going to do it for the latest in local sports.